I grew up in a rural part of Maryland, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone within 10 square miles, and it took 30 minutes to get to the nearest department store. Our house was positioned between a cornfield and a forest. The road leading to my house was about 6 miles long, and the only people who ever drove down it were the handful of people that lived back there, and the occasional archaeological van that would do digs in the plot next to our house when the farmers would turn the fields over. We had a few paranormal experiences in that house. I'll briefly mention a few of those before telling you the story behind the title of this post. One day, I was in my room upstairs playing piano when I heard a loud bang on the wall outside my room. My parents said something like, "What the hell was that?" And when I walked out the room to ask the same thing, my piano started playing the pre-installed demo songs completely unprompted. It freaked all of us out enough that we called my brother, who was in college at the time, to tell him about it. And years later, he let us know that when we called him that night, he heard a deep laugh in the background of the phone call and was too afraid to tell us about it at the time. Another odd occurrence was when I was sitting in the sunroom and watching my brother walking through the front yard toward the door. I turned and investigated the living room, only to see my actual brother sitting on the couch wearing a different shirt than the doppelganger that walked by the window. My parents would also hear me talking in the house pretty frequently when they knew I wasn't home. Anyways, while in the 8th grade, I had this witch experience that I haven't been able to shake, and I had other people with me. My friend's dad was driving me home in his 3-seater truck with my friend sitting between us. We got to the stretch of road where we could see my house across the field. The view of my house was clear because they planted soybeans that year, so the corn wasn't there blocking our view. In the ditch right by the road was a figure I could only describe as a witch. We all saw her up to the point when we drove right past her. The ditch lining the road was about 2 feet deep and somewhat overgrown, and we could only see the upper half of her body, as if she were sitting cross-legged in the ditch. She was wearing an off-white nightgown that was stained brown, and her hair was black and tangled. She was looking up into the sky with her arms extended towards the sky, and she was rocking in a circular motion. I know it sounds freaking ridiculous, but all 3 of us were totally uncomfortable. My friend's dad was a rough around the edges carpenter, no bullshit kind of guy. I remember feeling really scared when he asked us, What the hell was that?" She didn't look like a homeless person or a drug addict, and we were so far from any town, we literally never had a single person in the 20 years I lived there wander into our area who didn't belong there. She legit looked like she came from another time and was sitting in our ditch trying to summon a freaking tornado. When we got home, my friend's dad walked us inside, which he normally didn't do because my parents didn't socialize with my friend's parents. He told my parents what we had seen, and we couldn't see her from our house, so we called the police just in case it was someone in need of psychiatric help. My friend and his dad left after a couple of minutes, and the police came about 20 minutes later and said they didn't see anyone in the ditch and couldn't find anyone walking in the fields or roads in the surrounding area. My friend's dad called us once they got home and said that by the time they drove by the spot on their way home, she was gone. I truly cannot explain it. My dad's friend has since passed, but my friend says they still talk about it every now and then in the years following. Edit. I think I got caught up in the rhyme witch and ditch. I don't know what to call her. I don't know what I saw, which is why I'm posting here. I didn't mean to insult witches. Also, for those who think I just saw a wandering person, besides it not making geographical sense. I didn't emphasize enough just how otherworldly she felt, because frankly, I don't know how to describe it. It was the way she moved, the way she didn't even glance at the car. It was a feeling beyond ominous. She looked like she came from another plane of reality.